Buongiorno everyone! I made these stories yesterday because apparently for the forecast is gonna be bad weather in the next few days. So I thought, why not taking advantage of this beautiful blue sky to make some new stories? And also because of course I didn't want to leave you without your daily dose of Rome beauty, especially for those of you who are locked at home for lockdown, quarantine or restrictions or whatever. So I am in Via dei Fori Imperiali, Colosseum in the background, Imperial Forums on both sides. But what I wanted to show you today is not related to ancient Rome. So every time I'm here, I made a lot of videos and stories about this street, but every time I'm here there's always something in the background that I never really talked about. And it's this white building over here. As some of you even asked me, what is that white building? Is that ancient Rome or what is that? So now I'm gonna answer to you. But first, let's go right in front of it. And here we are in front of this mysterious white building. You will find out very soon what is this. Before I wanted to show you where we are. So the monument overlooks Piazza Venezia, translated is Venice Square, with these two symmetrical buildings. And here you have Via del Corso. This is one of the most popular high streets for shopping in Rome, and it's a totally straight street that ends up at the Flaminian door. And if you have a good sight, you can actually from here see the top of that door. So that would be the entrance to Rome since ancient Rome from anyone coming from the north of Italy. So now that we know where we are, what is this? So this is one of the most photographed buildings, monument of Rome, and he has many different names. We call him Vittoriano, Victor Emmanuel Monument, Altare della Patria, which means altar of the fatherland. So this building was inaugurated in 1911 and dedicated to Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of Italy, also called Pater Patriae, the father of the nation, because he accomplished to unify Italy as one nation. Now I want to make clear something. When it was inaugurated, this building was criticized by journalists and writers that they find this an ugly building, something that didn't fit the context. And they said this building looked like more as a typewriter or a wedding cake. Well, I heard so many tourists or non-Italian people coming to Rome and saying, yeah, Italians say this is a typewriter or a wedding cake. That's not really true. Or also I heard, yeah, Romans do not really like this building, they think it's ugly. That's not true either. I believe that comes from the fact that if you search something about the history of this place, maybe that you will find the critiques that they were made at the time of the inauguration. But I'm not reading this in any book, I'm just speaking as a local, and I can tell you that among the Romans, this building is a sign of pride, of big pride. This is actually such a beloved building. Romans consider this beautiful, and you can simply check this out by going on any Rome lovers webpage about Rome and check how many times you find a picture of this monument on those pages. Okay, but now let's check this monument out. So usually the gate is open and you can actually access for free the whole monument. You could go inside and go upstairs. You also have the options, an additional option to take an elevator that takes you here on the very top. The elevator to reach the top, it's 10 euros, and I don't think I need to tell you how amazing the view from there is, do I? The monument was designed by the architect Giuseppe Sacconi. Giuseppe Sacconi took inspiration from ancient Roman monuments. You can tell by the style, don't you? And there's one monument in particular he took inspiration from the most, which has like this terraces, staircases, and it's called the Sanctuary of Fortuna Primigenia. And the whole idea behind this monument was to build a space that was open to all the citizens, where they could go, meet and gather. The same idea as almost, I would say, a Roman forum, an ancient Roman forum. So this would have been a modern forum in between the ancient city of Rome, which is over there with the imperial forums, and the modern city. So this is a monument that celebrates the unification of the country of Italy. And all of these figures that represent the virtues of the country. Like here we have the thought, here we have action, and here we have, I know it's very small, but this is the law This is a sacrifice, harmony, and strength. Then of course we have the Victor Emmanuel equestrian statue on his horse. That statue is huge. You cannot tell when you're near the bottom, but it's really big, which is supported by these figures, and each one of these figures represent a city, an Italian city of Italy. And here these caryatids, they represent the regions of Italy, like Sardinia, Sicily, Campania, Puglia. From here you cannot see their distinctive details, but each one of them has a detail of its region, and each one of them was built by an artist of its region. Then on top of these two sides we have these winged victories, and if you are passionate about ancient Rome, you might remember that this is super typical of ancient Roman temples. But in 1921 this building took on an additional meaning after World War I. In 1921 in Aquileia, which is north of Italy, they collected 10 remains of 10 Italian soldiers that fought in the war for the country that could not be identified for their bad conditions. They wanted to choose one of them to represent all the unknown soldiers, which means all the soldiers that never returned back home, and those remains were never found and identified. So then they asked one of the mothers that lost their son and never got his remains back to choose one of those 10 remains inside the coffins as his own son. So imagine, there were 10 coffins, one next to each other. The mother started to walk towards the coffins, made a few steps, and then suddenly fell into tears, desperate of one of them. And that coffin where the mother fell was chosen since then to represent all the young soldiers that Italy lost during World War I. So from Aquileia, that I said was in north of Italy, the coffin was put on a train, and the train traveled all the way down to Rome, stopping by every single city on the way, going very slowly so that every city could pay a tribute to that soldier. When the train got to Rome, the coffin was brought to the Vittoriano, and since then, still there today, with 2 fires on the side and 2 guards constantly guarding both the fire and the unknown soldier. Can you see the fires on the side constantly burning, and 2 soldiers guarding the unknown soldier? So now finally you know what the Vittoriano is and what it means for Romans and for the Italians, for the whole country. And as a local, I never thought this was a typewriter, I never thought this was a wedding cake. What I actually thought since ever is that the feeling I feel when I look at this monumental building must have been maybe the same feeling that ancient Romans had when they were standing in front of their ancient temples, massive monumental buildings right in front of them, and you just feel overwhelmed. Now I want to know what you think about this building. You like it? You don't like it? Have you ever heard of all the stories? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So this is it from Roma, and I wish you a great day. Ciao!